It's a rough Friday.
Hi, I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter. Our family has been blessed to farm in Montana
for over 100 years now.
And it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have
and blessings from our Savior, Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is a shop day today. Well, Tim's taking a load of the elevator. Maybe work on these headers. These headers are actually for sale. Got two FD 145s for sale. We did find brand new, never used FD 250s on the lot for sale. It's a long story, but we got them. And we need to get that truck going. So, got a little shop projects here to work on for the next few days. So let's get started. Morning, windmill. If you guys are new to the channel, our windmill talks. Especially when it's calm out, or almost calm out. Well, before we get working on that truck, we gotta go feed some cows. So we are no longer a cow-calf operation. We were, I imagine, from the beginning of time of the farm, since 1916. I'm sure they were calving cows out back then. All the way up till about, I don't know, 06, 07, somewhere in there, maybe 08. Grandpa kind of took care of the cows, and he was ready to move to town. And so the cows got sold to the neighbor. So cows were never really Dad's thing. They were his thing because they were on the farm, I guess. And he was pretty happy the day Grandpa came to the shop and said, "Let's go talk to Dan about selling the cows." And that was that. So we just have some cows that we feed for butcher and cut our own feed, sell a few of them, whatever. So I think we've probably taken around 24, 25 to the butcher so far in the last 2 years, maybe? I don't know how long it's been. So I really like feeding this way, feeding into an open-ended bunk like this, or feed panels. I actually got 4 feed panels that just got built that I haven't got picked up yet. We got a drill stem, which is like the posts that are stuck in the ground there to hold the continuous panels, or those gray panels. They're going to be super tough. These ones just are not built heavy enough that are in the bunk right now. New one should last forever, I hope. In this mix, there's grass alfalfa and alfalfa bales, hay barley and hay oats, all mixed like every other bale. So it's got a good mix in the hay stack. See here. And we just fill that up depending on, I think last time I filled up it was Sunday. It is Friday. So the number of cows we have now, that's about what they eat each week. Grandpa always chopped hay just because he hated waste, and I hate waste too. Put a bale in a feeder, they'll grab a mouthful of that bale, pull it out, drop half of it on the ground, walk on it, and it never gets eaten up. So it just becomes waste. This way, very, very little waste. And you can really mix a bunch of different qualities of hay if you've got some poor grass alfalfa, maybe some old CRP hay or something like that. Mix it with good new alfalfa and they'll eat all of it up, or otherwise they would pick through the bale. So that's what we do. Feed the cows some screenings for grain. There's peas and lentil screenings, and the screenings are what we take out of our seed that isn't good seed, it may be small or broken, weeds. That's what we feed to the cows. There's barley screenings, peas, lentils. There's the corn a little bit of corn we did combine this year mixed in there. So they're getting a good ration of grain and some pretty good hay.
Like the lights.
Well, we're going to do the shop shuffle. Well, before we do that, we got to put the airbags on the lift axle to lift them back up, because backing up with airbags down, or with the air, it's it's a rough Friday. Backing up with the pusher axle down will cause the pusher axle to jackknife. So, and we really can't air up the truck without these.
Is there any concern of why we should change them?
I don't know why Tim wanted them changed.
Because it was scary just fueling the truck.
There's still a ply plus inner layer there.
But those are loud.
They are loud when they go. At least when we drop bolts and nuts, it's not like dropping a tech screw from 20 foot up on the bifold door. And then worrying about driving over it with the lift tires.
I had a couple of screws in my pocket that fell out in their van. I found those and threw them back in the alley.
The long ones?
Yeah.
We're going to find
I'm
enough,
like
just
counting
enough
screws.
to finish that door.
I'm like counting screws. I'm like, how many were we short? I forget.
I found 2 more, so I think we're at 19. So I think we only need 4. So you found 2 more. We need 2.
I think, yeah.
2 more yet.
I've been having issues because this truck isn't obviously loud enough. We don't have our train horns working. But we will.
You trying to get the explosion like that now?
Yeah. Go try the horn.
A little dirt. Been a little while since that thing's worked, I think. Get that 5th wheel plate mounted or ready to mount. We're gonna sandblast the frame, paint it. Tim did pull the toolbox off that one. I think we're gonna deck the plate, deck the frame. We're gonna put a deck plate, something solid across the frame there, just so we don't have, it'll look cool that way, right? And then you don't fall through the frame if you're checking stuff in the hopper. That's really the most important part, but looking cool is the second part. So
It's easier to stand up here and hook up your flat hands to your trailer without falling through.
yeah, instead of standing here and maybe a foot there. So we're gonna get that taken off, get some brackets built to put some diamond plate inset in the frame like flush here, and then get that bolt holes transferred from that to new angle irons to bolt that down. I wish this thing worked all the time.
Yeah. The clapper? No. Nothing.
I would have laughed if the little power went out and the lights went out right there. Well, I am not sure where time lapse stopped, but as you can see, pretty bare frame except for airbags. We'll work around those. Got the wires and the hoses all pulled out. Since this truck frame was stretched, they had to splice everything, so it worked really good for all those air hoses. We just disconnected them and made the frame nice and clean. So, and got an old truck tarp, keep the sand from bouncing off the cab and the fuel tanks. Say it's hammer time, but it's actually sand blasting time. So, without any brakes, we're gonna try driving this thing out of the shop.
Should be fun.
It should be a time. 1, 2, 3, not it. for those of you that are not familiar with what a sandblaster is, it is this red tank here. You put sand or glass, or there's a bunch of different stuff you can use for blasting media inside there. Hook up air, the valve on the bottom that lets the sand fall out into the airstream. Blows out at a high rate of speed out of that hole. And it'll take paint off. So we'll get that thing cranking. Go blast your truck off. Well, Tim's getting pretty good hang of it. Figuring out moving a little slower, staying further away works out pretty good. Gonna put another bag in. We're actually using recycled glass now. We are out of whatever that black stuff must have been actual sand, huh? I don't know. Now we're using this stuff.
Well, I am certainly no auto body paint specialist by any means, but I believe for a farm truck we're a lot better off. But I mean, you can see like areas like here, I held the gun right there and this is still a bunch of stuff. So we'll take the needle scaler and try and clean that up here in a bit, but I'm gonna try and put this back in the shop with no brakes. Stay out! Thieving buggers. I'd go farther, but I don't want to bury the side by side. Well, as you can see, they're greatly in fear of me. Go out 150 feet and just stand there. Go on! Yeah, they were just here, eating on Tony's hay. One of them was actually standing in the feeder right there for the cows. They don't care. Some of these bales are oat hay, some is barley hay. Can you tell which one's the alfalfa hay, June? They make a mess out of a bale in a quick hurry, don't they? They're getting all that they can get. Look at that difference. Apparently this is prime feeding height right here. And they've taken it in about 3 inches, 4 inches. Goofy buggers. And they're obviously not going very far. Need to train Roger and June how to chase them better. What do you think, Roger? June? Need just a little bit more snow. We can have a rundown out there. Alright, back in the shop after the fun little deer run. Anyway, I'm gonna tinker on this truck some more, breaking out the needle scaler. And I'll get some other areas that I couldn't get. I had such a hard time seeing with that mask, would just fog up so fast. Plus the air compressor here in the shop that we're using, even though it has the air dryer on it, which is what you occasionally hear goes and drives you nuts, it's still not getting enough water out, I don't think. As soon as that compressor gets hot, it starts plugging up the sandblast tank. That's my theory. I don't know. So anyway, I got pretty much what I could, and I might pull it back out to do a little bit more depending on what I find. There's just a few spots that I'm not real happy with, but we'll see how the needle scaler does on those first. And hopefully by the time that Tony gets back, it might just be ready to paint. I don't know. I don't know much about auto body stuff. I don't know much about painting anything, sandblasting. I've just never experienced it, so I'm learning as I go. In case you didn't know, that's a needle scaler. Now obviously I don't need to do the brake drums, but I'll show you here. Kind of like the shotgun version of an air hammer. That's what we're doing in tight spots that I really can't get the sandblaster in. Chips all the extra paint off. Knocks some of the big chunks of rust out of there. Polish time. I have those 2 wheels and 2 wheels in the polish room, all set up, ready to go. These are the old wheels. Oh, the memories. Malta. Anyway, these are damaged. As we started polishing them for customers, we found cracks, or there's a prime example right there. So we try not to allow those to go back out. I'd say we wouldn't let the customer have them back, but it's their rim. They could take the rim, or they donate it to us. One of these days, Tony will make more of those polished wheeled chairs. So anyway, I'm gonna head in there and at least get a couple of them done before lunch. You don't think this looks fun? You don't know what you're missing. Four rims are polished. I'm gonna throw this tire on and throw that tire on. These 2 are going away because they're kind of thin, ugly. Cords showing. How about pulling the front steers, polishing those rims? Anybody remember our grasshopper issue last summer? Lightly ground off some of the grasshoppers. It turned that whole room this greenish brown color. It was nasty, disgusting dust in there from all the grasshopper guts and butts. Ugh.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget, farm hard, pray harder.
See you next video.